guys, how you doing? It's Shawnee Video and Comic Guru coming at you. Got a lot of free time on my hands the next week or so, been watching a lot of YouTube stuff, and I'm looking at all the discussion going out there for Captain America Civil War, and all the discussion about Spider-Man. Everyone's like, oh, how much is Spider-Man going to be in the movie? Is he going to be in there a whole lot and all this other stuff? And, you know, everyone's coming up with these theories, and in my opinion, he's not going to be in the movie that much. You know, even with the trailers and everything else, I hope they don't pull a Batman v Superman where they show you everything. Now, mind you, I did release a video that's saying that Batman v Superman movie I may be looking forward to more than Civil War, and I still might be, because this is the first time you're going to see Batman fighting Superman. Now, the trailer gave away way too much. I would have much rather the trailer ended 30 seconds earlier. If it had ended with you hear Doomsday, but you never see him. It's just fade to black. You hear this roar, and then you have the Batman v Superman logo pop up. That I would have loved to have seen. I'm happy that Doomsday's in there, because I know everybody's been theorizing that Luthor would get a hold of Zod's body and somehow mutate it into being Doomsday. I think we've been saying that since almost the end of the first movie, when they announced Batman v Superman and Luthor would be in it. We all assumed he'd get a hold of Zod's body. Now, back to the whole Civil War. I can see myself slowly shifting more towards the Civil War than a Batman v Superman. Maybe because of the fact that they've already had all these other films. These characters are developed, so now we're seeing them fracture in a movie and split off. I'm curious as how this is going to end and how this is going to lead into Infinity War, because obviously you're going to have Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and who knows, I'm not sure if Captain Marvel's going to come out before Infinity War Part 1 or after that. I hope it's before, so she's introduced, or if they're going to introduce her somewhere. At least introduce Carol Danvers. You don't have to introduce Captain Marvel, but introduce Carol Danvers. And then in Guardians of the Galaxy, you can even have Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, who they've been rumoring to be Star-Lord's dad. Who knows? They've been saying, you know, him. It could be him. It could be Adam Warlock. I actually hope it is Marvel, because that would work really well with the cinematic universe they created, and that would bring everything almost together. It would have to be a reason for the space stuff to get to on the Earth stories. And they already said that somewhere in Infinity War Part 2, Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers are going to fight Thanos. Now, whether or not the Defenders are going to be in it, I don't know, because they are more of a street level type heroes. They don't fly, you know, they're not completely invulnerable, so I'm not sure. It's curious to see how that's going to go, so I'm definitely interested in that. And by the way, they are still doing Iron Fist. They never stopped doing it. I don't know why people assume that once John Berthel started playing Punisher that Iron Fist was pushed aside. No, he's not. They already know what they're going to do with Iron Fist. The reason why they haven't been promoting him so much is because of the fact that they really want to push the fact that Jessica Jones is an unknown character. So with that said, they want to promote her. They want to get her out there, give her her time to shine. And by the way, Jessica Jones, the Netflix series, is amazing. It's different from any other Marvel story that they've done, because it is definitely very street level based, even more so than Daredevil. Daredevil was still a guy in a costume. No one's in a costume here. They allude to it, but she quickly dismisses that, which I like. So they definitely, to me, did more of a character study. And some people didn't like it because they figured, you know, from the first episode to the last episode, she didn't change. Yes, she did. The whole point of this series was her coming to grips with what had happened to her, what Kilgrave had done to her. You know, beginning of that series, she's bitter. You know, and she transfers over to becoming somewhat of a hero, but not really, a very reluctant one. They introduced Luke Cage in that. Possibly my favorite character in that. Kristen Ritter is like a close second because she kicked ass in that. But I love seeing Coulter playing Luke Cage. That was awesome. I didn't think he'd be in it that much. He was in almost every episode, so really good. Didn't like how it ended with him. Ended kind of anticlimactic. He's kind of there and he's gone. But that is supposed to lead directly into the Luke Cage Netflix series, which they're doing now. Now, I understand I'm jumping around, but my whole point in this is, look at how many characters you have. You're not going to be able to. I don't think all these characters are going to be able to work in one movie. It's too many. A comic book is one thing. You could draw everybody on a panel, but in a movie, everybody has to have their moment. And if you have too many people, they can just pop up in there and be gone. It turns into Spider-Man 3. So back to what this is originally about, is this Spider-Man's going, how much is Spider-Man going to be in Civil War, if he's going to be in it? Answer is yes, he's going to be in Civil War. Tom Holland already said it. He said, I've been on there. He auditioned with Robert Downey Jr. first, which is why Robert Downey Jr. is always talking about him, because he loves the kid. He's like, this kid's amazing. You know, he's got the charisma. He's got everything you need to do the Spider-Man justice. I just hope they don't forget that Peter Parker's supposed to be a genius. He's supposed to be on Reed Richards' level. If you read any Spider-Man comic when he's with the Fantastic Four, he and Reed Richards, they bond. They have that connection. They can actually do that science talk and, you know, be able to understand one another. I just don't understand, why is it that when they put all these other geniuses together, you know, like Reed Richards and Hank McCoy and all these other guys, you know, Hank Pym, they never remember Spider-Man. I mean, he is one, and he made his own web shooters, man. You know, I mean, he figured out how to do that, how to create it, how to advance that technology, and that's not something that you just do out of nowhere. So, my theory, just to break it all down, what I think, in Civil War, Spider-Man is going to be either at the tail end of it or a post-credit scene. Now, I do believe you're going to see Aunt May and Peter Parker in Civil War, because they already said Marissa Tomei's in the movie. That dropped a long time ago. I don't think they really meant to, but if she's in it, then you know Peter Parker's there. I don't know exactly how they plan on fitting it in. He's not going to be in the movie that much, and that's fine. At the time when they were filming Civil War, originally, they had no plans on getting Spider-Man. Or maybe they did in the background, but they had to have a script. First script they had Spider-Man in it. Second script they had Black Panther. So they just say, you know what, we don't really need to fight over Spider-Man. Let them keep screwing him up. Eventually they're going to come to us. So they redid the script, put Black Panther in there as that middle ground person, that guy who is not on anybody's side. He's the third party. You know, he's the king of his own nation. He has the most valuable substance on the earth in Wakanda, which is vibranium. Now, in the movie, his costume is supposed to be made out of vibranium. They actually released an image, which hopefully I'll be able to put up, of a promotional picture of Black Panther fighting Captain America. It's this classic image that you actually saw of Wolverine fighting Captain America on a cover of a Captain America annual by Mike Zeck, and I can't remember what annual that is. I'll say 8, but it's a classic cover where Wolverine's slashing at Cap. He's got the shield up and he's slashing the shield instead. Same thing with Black Panther, but you actually see the shield is clawed because the shield is made from vibranium. Black Panther's costume is made from vibranium. I don't really think he's going to take any one side because he doesn't need to. I think he's going to basically see what is the best advantage for him and go in that direction. I do ultimately think they're going to find out Cap was right. You know, look at Winter Soldier. Everyone was against him, but you found out that Hydra had infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. from the beginning. And I'm curious to see where S.H.I.E.L.D. is at. And, you know, there's a TV show which... I just cancel that show. Take a few characters out of there, Mockingbird, her guy who plays her husband. Take those two and put them in there. Maybe put her in there. Kill off the rest of them. Coulson, I still like Coulson because I like the actor. Hopefully they'll eventually smarten up and let the rest of the Marvel Universe know he's still alive. It's getting kind of old that no one knows. He's in the 3rd season of S.H.I.E.L.D. Come on. You're walking around in plain sight, dude. You're not hiding who you are. So... I'm gonna end my rant because I just been seeing a lot of stuff online about all these different theories, and basically what I kind of wanted to do is just give a little theory on a little bit of everything that's going on. But mainly, what do you guys think? Is Spider-Man going to be in Civil War, and if so, how much of a role will he play? And remember, they never film a movie in sequence, so they could already have filmed the beginning of the movie in different areas Or maybe not, and have some other stuff open where they could slip in Aunt May and Peter Parker walking in the crowd. They could just, it's New York, they could just be walking down the street when all this is happening. Something could happen that separates the two. He goes off, turns into Spider-Man, and joins the battle. Who knows? It could be a post-credits scene, which I actually wouldn't mind. I think it would be the best thing in the movie if you saw him as Peter Parker. He kept trying to figure out how he's going to get away from Aunt May so he could change. He never gets that opportunity. The Avengers take care of what they need to. And at the end of it, you see him at home watching it on TV, goes upstairs, goes out the window, goes upstairs, puts on a costume, jumps out the window. He's Spider-Man. Something like that, or something to the effect of that, or even just having him on top of a building, looking at an iPhone, looking at the news conference footage, and saying, man, I missed my opportunity, and jumps off the building and swings away. It doesn't have to be a huge, huge thing. Sometimes just a little bit goes a long way. But since this video was everything but that, I'm going to end it on that note. I'm Sean, your video and comic guru. Hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter, but definitely hit that subscribe and like button so I know you guys have seen the video. If you want, hey, give me a comment on here on YouTube. That way I can get back with you a little bit faster. Till then, I'm Sean, your video and comic guru. That's my rant on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me know what you guys think. And do you guys think the Cinematic Universe started with Iron Man or with Blade? Hit me up, let me know. Peace.